Hello and welcome to Dubai. It's game 2 of this 5-match series in the NIB Bank presents Cool & Cool Cup. Pakistan against South Africa. We're at Dubai Sports City at the wonderful setting of the Dubai International Stadium.
We are ready for the task with the match referee, Ranjan Madagali. He's got a couple of mascots, actually, from the ICC Academy. Sahayan Zaman, and also AB's here. And sorry, my mistake, Misbah is here. My apologies. And he has the coin as well. Away you go, Misbah.
Heads is the call.
What have we got there?
It is tails.
Tails it is. Misbah, you've won the toss. What are you going to do?
Well, we have a bat first.
And what sort of an advantage is that going into the second game?
I think that's a big advantage, especially when you're playing in these conditions, because we know that the ball is not doing much for the fast bowlers in the first session and a half, and it will be really doing something with the new ball in the second inning, and it has a good advantage for batting side first.
Okay, now what have you done with your team? I'm sure you had a pretty long meeting after that first game.
We are going with the same team because we believe that we picked the right team for the first game. It's just a matter of reducing those mistakes which we did in the batting. I think we have won the game up to 95 overs, but in the last 5 overs we lost the game. But we really need to rectify that. Otherwise, I think everybody did well.
How have you addressed that loss? I mean, is that you're still in a bit of a state of shock, or how have you addressed it?
Yeah, I think these things will happen whenever you go to relax, and I mean the main thing is to focus till end, even before finishing the game. Even 5 runs or 6 runs remaining, you still need to focus. That's the only way in the game of cricket. Otherwise, these things will happen.
Okay, good luck today.
Thank you.
AB, I guess had you won the toss, you would have batted as well?
I would have, but not too fussed about it. It looks a really good wicket, and I think it's going to be a good wicket for 100 overs. So we're ready to go, ball in hand, try and make some inroads in the Pakistan batting lineup.
There's a saying in sport that really good teams win the close games. I mean, gee, what a thrill that was.
Yes, took a lot of confidence from that. We haven't won a lot of those close games, so I won't call us a great team yet, but we've worked really hard at our game, and it's nice to see some results. Winning a close game like that is fantastic always, but we start over again today. It's a whole new game again, and we want to get the momentum as early as possible.
And what's the one thing that you want out of your boys today, of course, apart from a victory?
A lot of fight. We prepared not to give an inch away today. We're going to fight for every inch and every run, and we're ready to fight out here.
And what have you done with your team? Have you managed to squeeze another left-hander in there somewhere?
No, we're the same team. We're going in with the same team again. I thought the boys reacted really well after a poor batting performance. Hopefully we do pretty much the same. We'll take that bowling efforts into bowling first here again today.
Okay, good luck today.
Thanks, Hazy.
Okay, so the news in the middle is that Pakistan have won the toss and they've elected to bat first.
So this is the Pakistan 11 now for this game. If you could talk us through, are you happy with the 11?
Well, I think the batting remains a concern because it's a very long tail. So then the onus is on the top order, 2 out of the top 6, to try and bat the majority of the overs. So I think that's what Pakistan really need to try and do. So they need to try and start well, keep wickets in hand, and then have something at the end where they can have a foundation from which to attack. And I think that remains a problem. The bowling is good. The quicker bowlers do a good job, the spinners do a terrific job, but the batting is a worry.
And over to South Africa then, and they also haven't made any change to the 11 that humbled Pakistan in Sharjah.
Yeah, I think South Africa have also a very good bowling lineup. I mean, they got a good pace attack. Imran Tahir is in good form. Ryan McLaren is a good all-rounder. But again, for them as well, the batting has to improve. I think it will. I think South Africa will bat better in this game. There's pressure on Faf du Plessis. There's pressure on Colin Ingram. And those 2 guys need to try and string a score together. But I'm expecting them to bat a lot better.
They're going to want to fight for Pakistan as well. Shahzad did a very good job in the first game. Took a nasty blow as well. You can see him just flexing his wrist. He's got a bit of bandage on his wrist as well by the looks of things. So Morne Morkel is going to be starting with a couple of slips. This looks like a nice track. I know the average score batting first has been the 228 mark. I'm thinking a little bit higher than that, somewhere around about 250 would be an average score, I would say, would be par. South African players, I know, are expecting some South African support as well. That's the number they're telling me, 50,000 people, South Africans, live and work in this region. I want to put that right. Big shot from Morné Morkel and supported by AB de Villiers. He's turning around. The umpire says not out. Morné striding down to his captain and keeper. 2 for 9.
Once the lights will come on, that's the last ball, last pitch just in line, hit him in line, fair enough, that's going over the top. So you might get a little bit of swing in the evening once it gets a little cooler.
Oh, that's a big shot from the Wabo. Steve Davis this time has asked the question.
Did it pitched in line? That's the big question. It just pitched outside the line. I think that's why he just survived.
Extraordinary stuff. Tie, it's in the air. AB de Villiers, I think, is calling. No. Great catch. What a great catch. Lomwabo Tsotsobe has taken an absolute beauty. He obviously must have had the loudest call, AB, at the end aborted, and has been caught inches from the turf.
Deja vu. Same issue with Nasser Jamshed, trying to pull that one. Got the top edge on that occasion, and it was a tough catch. It was running in. There were 2 people running in for the catch, but Tsotsobe just shouted for it and picked it up nice and clean. Nasser Jamshed.
Because the batsman crossed. Played pretty well, actually, for 20. High 20s he got on the first dig. That's where his average is.
Could not control that shot. This is very similar to what we saw in Sharjah. He wanted to pull in Sharjah a little higher. That was an excellent catch, no doubt about that. That was a brilliant catch. It's never easy for a fast bowler from running in and catching in front of you.
There's a bit of swing from Wayne Parnell, but it's swung off to the boundary. That's a very nicely played, controlled shot.
Short and pulled away. That'll be 4. The shackles just starting to be broken by this pair now.
I think he has to rethink his strategy here to Shehzad. He's been in great form, and that pull shot is one of his favourites.
Driven through the offside by Hafiz. Still in the power play overs, so wide open spaces outside the circle. And Hafiz too now into double figures.
Beautiful shot by Hafiz. Great balance, and he sort of smashed that through.
Short again and just past square leg. That'll be 4 more. Wasn't a million miles away from the fielder. I think it's JP Duminy there. He was mid-air trying to pull that one in, but he wasn't able to do so.
Suddenly Pakistan stepped on the gas. Pretty close to...
Flipped away again through mid-wicket. And again, an illustration of the outfield is much quicker than it was during the Test match. And it's gone all the way for 4. And straight away, cut away by Shehzad. That'll be 4.
And that's the type of start you need against Imran Tahir to impose yourself. Lovely shot from Shehzad.
What a super shot that is, off the hip, finding the gap between long leg and deep square leg. Not a big gap, but it's one that Hafiz has absolutely bisected. That's the 50 up.
That's a quality shot. It's sort of a swivel rather than a pull off the hip, and he's bisected the gap beautifully.
An inside edge I rather fancy, and Ryan McLaren strikes in his first over. Pakistan are 2 down.
Inside edge ball, just snipping back. Hafiz disappoints again. Got a start, and then that's a huge wicket for South Africa.
Mohamed Hafiz out for 26. It's 52 for 2. The captain, Misbah-ul-Haq, has gone past 4,000 one-day international runs. He did that on Wednesday night in Sharjah.
Point that he does get 100. Oh, what was that? Misbah-ul-Haq was hanging somewhere in the middle of the pitch. Could have been a run out there for Pakistan.
Bowler got back to the stumps in time. He was well out. Misunderstanding there.
Will that go for boundary? Good fielding once again. Fielding has been superb from the South Africans.
Yes, they've been excellent today. Very good pace in the field. Azad, Morne Morkel getting down and preventing a certain boundary.
That's what you want to see as a fast bowler. Did he get the boundary on that? Yeah, I think he will, because that one was short and it was in the zone of Ahmedshahzad to just help itself to fetch a boundary. Easy pickings there for Ahmedshahzad.
It's not a good delivery, the attempted bouncer, but Wayne Parnell is just trying to do too many different things here at the moment.
Making sure they don't lose. Yeah, he's found him. Make sure the batsmen don't lose wickets early inside the first 15. That hasn't happened for Pakistan, so I think they're pretty well placed. There you go, Julian.
Not too much.
Sending a message. Clubbed that one. He's clubbed that a long way. That's a very good shot indeed.
Misbah special. Knee on the ground. There you go. Huge.
Good stuff. Nicely played by Shahzad. Appreciated by the spectators here. 50 from 67 deliveries, his fourth 50. Got a couple of hundreds, and that's his third consecutive 50 in ODIs. Nicely played.
Another impressive inning from Shahzad. Batted really well. Just needs to kick on now. That's his third consecutive 50. He needs 100. And Pakistan definitely need one as well.
Plenty of time to play that.
It was a concerted effort from the South Africans bowling short to him, but he's handled it really well today. He's controlled the pull shot.
Allowed one unsuccessful review. That's a glove. Might have just tipped the glove with the keeper, I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see with some replays. It runs away for 4 anyway. It would have been an absolute blinder.
And he struck him on the glove and just over A.B. de Villiers.
Hit that pretty well, but not as well as he would like, because there's a man sitting underneath that, and it's David Miller, who has taken a very simple catch in the end, and that is a very important wicket. We all know that Misbah is one of those blokes who can be very dangerous and hit a long ball when he gets going, but not today. He's been sniped.
Body blow for Pakistan. He's gone after that and he's got that right inside part of the bat and has gone straight to the man. So that deep mid wicket Miller has worked. And what a body blow for Pakistan.
I think Misbah will be very disappointed with that.
Umar Amin, a man whose dismissal on Wednesday
comes to one day. Well, as I say, he bowled the worst delivery of the game.
Steve Davis is going to have a look, though.
In the wicket at that time, this time, it's just is the foot goes up or not. Ooh, I think he's fine. I think as the foot landed, that's the time when A.B. de Villiers took the bails off, so he's okay there.
Richard Illingworth is the television umpire. And a pretty straightforward decision for him on replay. Steve Davis, though.
Catch!
Out! Ahmedshahzad has departed for exactly the same score he made in Sharjah on Wednesday. He's crestfallen, he can't quite believe it. He doesn't want to leave the crease, but he'll have to do so. Imran Tahir strikes.
Well, this was the last thing Pakistan needed. A right arm leg spinner picking up another wicket. Imran Tahir on song. A little bit more flight and an easy cotton ball for Imran Tahir. Played well, MS Shahzad, but I'm not sure if the job's done for Pakistan.
Had to duck. It's the good old-fashioned bowler killer, that one. The big fella got down just in time.
Good method against Bangladesh. That's that shot we talked about. It was a slower delivery. It's beautifully struck. They need a few more, Pakistan, to get momentum going in this innings.
Squeezed away and out. So he's picked him up. He's had the last laugh. A bit of a duck and now a wicket. Akmal will be distraught with that because he just looked like he was starting to get going. But again, they've got him out at a crucial time. So good stuff for Morne Morkel.
Well, again, good bowling, good thinking by Morne Morkel. Got that one up full, a little bit wider as well. Colin Ingram takes the catch. So again, Pakistan just losing wickets at the wrong times. The innings just not gathering enough momentum for them. So Umar Akmal, he's gone for 18, 148 for 5.
Might be a glove. There is a glove. McLaren's picked up a wicket now. Morne Morkel the previous over. Now McLaren's picked up a wicket.
Tatis, good thinking by Ryan McLaren, the slow ball bouncer. I mean, just helped that on its way. Easiest of catches for AB de Villiers. So that pressure created by the South African bowlers paying dividends. Pakistan now in all sorts of trouble. So, I mean, he's gone for 14. It took a bit long about it as well. Pakistan 148 for 6.
No. Smacked it away, leg side, straight for 4. They needed that boundary, brings up the 150, 153 for 6.
So Afridi finds some wide open spaces on the leg side instead. That'll go for 4. One of the biggest cheers of the day.
He's done really well there, Shahid Afridi. He's picked the gap right over square leg. There was a deep mid-wicket in place.
Really giving himself a little bit of room, carving it over, short third man. That'll be 4 more.
Really, the crowd and everybody right now needs a cameo, and this is a perfect opportunity.
Looking at that side on replay, that must have been perilously close to a no ball. Oh, all sorts of problems here. And there goes Sohail Tanvir. He's run a run and a half, I think. He came 3/4 of the way down the pitch.
Afridi he's not just interested, he's not looked at him, and I think Tanvir is calling him and he's not responded at all.
Sorry departure, out for 9. Pakistan slip further, 170 for 7. Afridi goes straight down the ground. Got a lot of height. And it's got the distance in the end as well. 4 for Afridi.
That's the Afridi shot, really hit it well, placed it well, didn't get all of it, but it was the right idea going over.
That's out of town. Well, Wahab Riaz, he's had plenty of opportunities to swing the bat, and now he's finally connected.
He's told Afridi that I can do it too. I don't want these singles.
Onto the second tier. What a clean strike that is. That is a big hit. Great work by our cameramen there as well to follow that ball. Look at that. Would be 6 on any ground in the world. Heaves that one into the gap at mid-wicket. Couple of bounces, that'll be 4. Afridi on fire.
Just the right sort of height, and he's clubbed that over mid-wicket. Wide open spaces there.
And that's a wide. Morne Morkel's not too impressed. The crowd are pretty happy though for Pakistan this one. Let's have a look how close this was to that guideline.
pretty close, but I'll go with the umpire there.
Full toss, and the catch is taken. Graham Smith on the edge of the circle. And no problems with that as well, certainly as far as I can see. Richard Illingworth is the man who will make that final judgment. Graham Smith, 2 hands away to his left on the edge of the circle. And that is the end of Shahid Afridi. Bright and breezy contribution from him, out for 26. Big shout for LBW, and up goes Steve Davis's finger. Pakistan have got a review left, and Saeed Ajmal asks for it. Let's see what Hawkeye says. And that, I'm afraid, from Saeed Ajmal and Pakistan's perspective, is all she wrote. Out first ball, he joins the primary club. And Steve Davis's original decision will stand. Up goes the deadly digit. Pakistan 200 for 9. Down the ground from Wahab. And all the way for 6. Not quite as clean as the 6 he struck earlier.
Super shot from Wahab. He's a strong boy, he can strike it well. It's not out of the middle, but it's still carried a long way. And that's the only...
Down towards long off. Du Plessis takes the catch. That's the end of the innings. And Pakistan have been bowled out with 2 balls unused. Wayne Parnell takes his first and only wicket of the innings. And Wahab Riaz's bright and breezy effort comes to an end.
The only option left for Wahab to try and clear the fence, and didn't get all of it. Well bowled by Parnell again.
Wahab Riaz out for 18, and Pakistan's innings comes to an end at 209.
Sorry batting card for Pakistan. There's lots of starts, but nobody really cooking on. That's the story of the day. 58 from Ahmed Shahzad, but not enough.
Bowling figures, 6 bowlers used in total. Morne Morkel, great stuff from him. A really excellent opening spell, and following it up.